What is up, guys? It's Jimbo here, and welcome to my day one weapons, loadouts, things that I'm bringing into the day one Salvation's Edge. I'm going to go through some loadouts and also all of the weapons that I'm bringing because you never need to be prepared. So if you want to use this as a thing that you can use, then feel free to do so. The first build that I'm actually bringing in is going to be this Prismatic Hunter build, and what I'm probably going to do is set up a loadout where I can keep this exact setup, bar maybe the grapple grenade and maybe use the dust field grenade instead, just to slow a bunch of enemies, and then I'll hot swap between it when I get ready for damage to use, I'll swap from Liar's Handshake into a golden gun with Celestial Nighthawk. At the moment, this is just a regular build. I'll maybe mess around with some of the stuff, like maybe put some heavy ammo finders and stuff. I haven't got exact build stuff set up, but this is going to be pretty much the build because it always changes around whenever you get into the raid for whatever situation that you are in. Another build that I have is a Celestial Nighthawk build, just a regular standard old one. You can screenshot this if you really want to, and I will hot swap between this. And I also have another one which will have all of my surges on, so I will be able to take advantage of whatever we're using in those specific surges. One other build that I'll probably make will be a, what's it called? Like an Orpheus rig setup, which will take place of this one, because for the actual day one raid race, Lucky Pants has been disabled. So we're not going to be able to use this on hunters to be able to get some extra damage output, which is a little bit unfortunate in this specific scenario. But yeah, we won't be able to use Lucky Pants, so we won't be able to use any like the good like Warden's Law or Malfeasance to get that little bit of extra damage output. So the last build that I possibly have will probably be another form of the Prismatic build, but this time with Aeon Swift to be able to get myself will make my team heavy ammo, because this is going to be the thing that you need a lot of during the raid. And the only other exotics I would probably recommend is Star Eater Scales, potentially, if you go for a more Blade Barrage setup or something along those lines. But Renewal Grasps, because you can use a Dusk Field Grenade, you can throw it down on top of your Wall of Radiance, because Wall of Radiance has been nerfed, and get a damage resistance. We can also use Frost Armor as well to be able to hopefully give our teammates Frost Armor if they pick up shards and stuff like that. So if I need to jump onto a Stasis build to do that, then I will so. But those are all the loadouts. As for the weapons, I'll go through my kinetic, my special, like my energy slot, and then my heavies. For the kinetic, Mountaintop is just going to be the one that you'll use to get rid of some of bursting down some yellow bars. It's also decent ad clear at times. I'm definitely going to be using this considerably. I would recommend bringing yourself a good primary weapon. I've got Blast Furnace here. I've also got a bunch of others that I'm going to potentially bring in if I need to, like Midnight Coup. But mainly the kinetic slot is going to be served for like damaging weapons. In this case, long range. Dealing with yellow bars and stuff like that. I'm bringing Succession for more damage encounters. If I need this for extra damage output, I'm bringing Supremacy with Bait and Switch Rewind Wounds. Rewind Wounds? Yeah. I've got Swordbreaker if I really want to take advantage of the original build that I had and use Swordbreaker here so I can kill those yellow bars. You've seen how nuts that build is. It's already on the channel already. And then we have Scatter Signal for that extra damage output as well. A couple of exotics. Izanaga's Burden is just great for burst damage. You never know what the scenario is. It's just always going to be top dog, that area. Arbalist for dealing with some problem shields from far away. If there's any problem yellow bars as well. And I think they're also quite good at taking out Tormentor's shields or like shoulder blades. And then Outbreak Perfected. Outbreak Perfected is going to be my go-to if I either run out of ammo at any point. To swap to it and shoot the boss for extra damage. And then also, I might just use this as like a primary weapon as well. For the energy slot, I'm bringing the Still Hunt in, because if I can maximize the DPS with this thing, I'm going to be able to Golden Gun myself, proc this Golden Gun, hit that with this, obviously the Celestial Nighthawk, and then do that, hit a precision shot again, switch to my primary, shoot that, and then go into my bait and switch GL and kind of go into that damage rotation, and then go back to this to maybe hit a couple more shots, maybe collect some orbs or something, and have a golden gun ready again. It's just extra damage, and you've seen how nuts this is. I already put this on the channel already. I do have Red Death here. I may or may not use this, but it's going to be very good for Cure, especially when you get Final Blows. Definitely recommend that. Actually, I think it's a very, very good pulse rifle. I have Adhorative, which is like basically the same, but less, but we have Incandescent Heal Clip. Heal Clip's going to be good in the different scenarios. We also have Forbearance for massive ad clear. It's going to be quite good, alongside Indebted Kindness, which is also going to be quite good for a variety of things. This thing is nuts. Risk Runner, if we face any taken enemies and they're a little bit of a problem, purely because you can get that little bit of an arc resistance. I don't think that will be necessarily a problem, but you never know. Oversoul Edict, if you want another arc option from what we are using. I may drop this, maybe Insidious, I don't know. And then just extra damage options. Techian Force for extra burst. And then a Ikalos sniper rifle with 4 times the charm, Focused Fury. Another note that I will say, that I have left off the kinetic list, is the Call. The brand new rocket sidearm. This is really, really good. I have a Lead from Gold Adrenaline Junkie one at the moment. I'm probably going to try and get a better roll on it. But yeah, this thing is going to do bits in that first slot, especially when you're using it with Indebted Kindness. For the heavies, we have a lot of different options for a lot of different DPS scenarios. I have Cataphract on here already, but it doesn't really make any difference. I think Edge Transit is going to be the go-to because of the Void artifact that we have. I haven't unlocked this yet, so I've got a bit more grinding to do before tomorrow to try and get this unlocked. But I think this is going to be taking advantage of that very well. Another Void weapon that will take advantage of this is Falling Guillotine. I've got the Relentless Strike Surrounded one on this, which is a very, very... Or Whirlwind Blade Surrounded. Doesn't really make any difference of what one I'm using here. I ideally wanted this roll, which is the Slammer, which is Relentless Strike, Bait and Switch. We know that swords are going to potentially be something that you'll run into. We had that in Crota. We also had that in Atrax, if you remember, way back when. That's why I'm also going to be bringing a Lament as well. For just damage stuff. We have rockets if needs be, and they need the burst. I do think that Edge Transit is going to beat out the Apex Predator though in this scenario. A good ag clear machine gun, gone with Commemoration because it's the thing that always does things well. You could also use 21% Delirium if you really wanted to, because that's back in the game. Hammerhead that we have is also a good option. Now I'm bringing Semioticon as well, or Semiotician. Purely because this is going to be good for ad clear, alongside pairing it with like a galley. I'm not using this for damage. It gets like 14 bullets in the magazine or in the round, whatever the how much it holds, which is kind of nuts. And I used this in the Legendary campaign a little bit, and it's really good for ad clear. And then finally we have Whisper of the Worm for just extra DPS. Now I have left some stuff off because I need the slots, obviously. We have Galahorn, which everybody likes to use. There's also Xenophage as well. Thunderlord is also quite good. I actually haven't got the space to be able to bring things over. Hold on. We also, where's the other one that I was thinking of using? There we are. We'll move that off and move that over. I also have Xenophage, obviously. Legend of Acrius, if you're very, very close to the boss as well, could be very good. Thunderlord is good if you can get the crits to kind of flow on it. Tractor Cannon for the 30% debuff. And then Galahorn. And then also we have... Yeah, no, that's it. That's all of the weapons I have. So the heavies, there's a lot of options. You need to just be prepared for whatever you're using. Just a quick recap once again. We've got Liar's Handshake build. I'm going to make a hot swappable one that I can use with Celestial Nighthawk. Also another one that I can make with Orpheus Rig, or I'll make their own dedicated subclasses that I need to run. And then I've got a swappable ones right here between Celestial Nighthawk without surges and with surges, and then an Aeons one as well. Hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what I am using and potentially what it could be. There's potentially going to be some different damaging stuff that we might not have seen before. We could use the sword like we did in the campaign to do stuff to the boss. Or it could be a different mechanic entirely that doesn't even mean that we use weapons. It could, something that I've theorized, could be something like you do enough damage to the boss, and then there's like a Riven mechanic where you go to a different area and you destroy things like the boils that were on Riven. And that could potentially be something as well. But that's just predictions so far. These are my loadouts. Hopefully this helps you if you're jumping into the day one raid race for the first time ever. If you're doing this for the first time, this is my like 4th or 5th day one. I've done a few day ones before, or contest modes now. And I'd love to try and beat this one if I can with my team. We're pretty prepared, and hopefully we do pretty well. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully this video has been helpful. This has been It's Jimbo, and I'll see you guys next time.